What's up, everybody? This is Joe. I did a submission to Beckett and just got the results. I have 31 cards. I have not looked at the results yet. They're still in the box. I haven't looked at the results because I kind of wanted to show you guys a genuine reaction to some of these grades, so we'll see how I did. My previous submission, I only got one 9.5 gem mint, and then I got one pristine 10, this Buster Posey. I submit a lot of vintage, so I wouldn't expect to get 9.5s and 10s, but those were the highest grades I got on the previous submission. And then I also, I thought would be kind of interesting, I'd show you guys what I put as my grade. So I'll go through this real quick. The ones that I highlighted are some of the cards that I thought were particularly interesting to me. I have a Ford 1960 tops, a Mantle 64 tops, a Schmidt rookie, a Johnny Bench rookie, and and you can see here are the grades. The grade all the way on the right is actually the grade that I gave the card, so it's not necessarily the grade that I'll be getting. And then I had one card that I felt was a pristine 10 in the Byron Buxton Chrome card. So we'll see how it goes. And so without further ado, let's see what I got. So I'm going to start. Let's start off with the smaller box here. So let's see what we got. So first card is an Andrew Haney. And looks like it got a 9.5 out of 10, which is fantastic. That's awesome. Nice. 10 on the centering, 9.5 edges, 9 on the corners, 9.5 surface. So a 9.5, awesome start. So, and the 10 auto. So very, very nice. Nice beginning. All right. So good start. Let's see what we get from here. And it is a Marcus Stroman 9.5 gem mint and a 10 auto. So another 9.5. So in my previous submission, I only got one 9.5. This I've already got two, which is awesome. Edges 10, corners 9.5. So we got one sub 10 and then a 10 auto, which is awesome. All right, next one up. Careful there, Posey. All right, let's see. Another 9.5. Awesome. So this is Christian Yelich from 2010 Bauman Sterling. Looks like I got a 9.5, all 9.5s, and then 110. So I was 110 away from getting a perfect 10. Ugh. But I will definitely take it. I'll definitely take it. Another 9.5. That's awesome. So 3 cards, 3 9.5s. All right. Next one up. That's a Steven Strasburg. That's exactly what I thought it would be. A 9 mint and a 10 auto. And just like I thought, I knew that the centering was going to bring it down. It's got an 8.5 on the centering. Corners 9, surface 9, and then the edges got a 9.5. So no 10 subs, but to be honest with you, I'm actually really happy with that because I thought that the centering might actually even bring it down to an 8.5. So plus I got the 10 auto, so that's good. Next one up, let's see. Oh, it's a vintage card. And I'm actually, I'm really happy with this. A 4.5 on the Mickey Mantle. This is in brutal condition. But I wanted to pick it up anyway. It's off center. You could see the corners are a mess. But I think I had a 4 on this when I looked at this. I think I personally graded it a 4. So 4.5 is good, and I could have seen it grading even lower than that. Let's take a quick look at the back. This is a 68 tops Mantle, and it looks pretty nice. I mean, you can see the back of it. The edges here, a bit of a mess. But overall, I'm happy with this grade. It's a 4.5 on the 68 tops Mantle. I'm sure some of you guys might be wondering why I didn't submit some of these to PSA. But it was just more convenient for me to submit it through one company. So, because I got a mix. I'll probably do the next submission through PSA if I do all vintage. Next one is this Johnny Bench rookie and Ron Tompkins stretch, 68 tops rookie. 7.5 is awesome. I think I had like a 7 or a 6.5, so I'm really happy with this actually. 7.5 on the Johnny Bench rookie. I wish they would do subgrades on the vintage on BVG. I think that would sort of set them apart. I don't know why they don't do that. But yeah, that's nice. 7.5. Here's the back in case you guys are interested. This is actually one of my recent pickups. Johnny Bench, probably the greatest catcher ever. Either him or Yogi Berra, to be honest with you. And I picked it up pretty cheap, so that's a pretty nice pickup. All right, next up is this Jeter rookie. I knew this was going to grade really low. Wow, centering a 10? That's awesome. Wow, that's awesome. Centering a 10. This grade this card is brutal. If you look at the top of this card, you can see that it's all banged up. But I don't know. I decided to get it graded anyway. That is awesome that the centering, that I got a sub 10. I think I had like a 7 or a 7.5, so this is exactly how I expected it to turn out, but I did not expect to get a sub of a 10, so that's awesome. 7.5 on the corners, edges at an 8. So pretty good. And I'm a huge Jeter fan. I was actually at the last game at Yankee Stadium, where I don't think I've ever been more excited about a base hit to right field. So that was really cool. So that's the Jeter rookie. Next up, let's see what we got. Bob Perky. Let's see, a 7. And this is a 1956 Topps Bob Perky. It got a 7. This guy was actually a knuckleball pitcher. And pitched in, I believe, the 61 World Series. And pretty nice. 7. It's the corners aren't too great, but I guess if you look at it from afar, it looks like a perfect card. But if it's one of those cards, the closer you look at it, it's not as nice. So, but anyway, a 7 is a great grade. Next up is Hank Aaron. Okay, so I knew this would grade low. And to be honest with you, I think this is what I had was a 5. The main reason is if you look at it real close next to, even though this is a Hank Aaron, it's a Willie Mays sliding into home. And if you look up closely, there's this huge dent in the middle of the card. So not surprised by that. I mean, it's one of those cards, if you look at it from back here, it looks like a perfect card. And then you zoom in, and there's a gigantic dent in it there. So I'm actually pretty happy with that, to get a 5 on this card. So nice. All right. And let's move on down here. You know what? Let's start from the front this time. And we'll start off with Whitey Ford. Probably the greatest Yankee pitcher ever. And looks like it got a 7. I guess I could see it's a little bit off center. Again, I wish BVG would give subgrades. I think that would make vintage cards be a little bit more popular with Beckett. But I would assume the reason why I got a 7 is because it's a little off center. But if you guys see, like, the corners on this are really crisp. The edges are really nice. And not bad for a card from 1960. So really, this is one of my newest pickups, this Whitey Ford from 1960 Topps. Really nice card. All right, next up. Let's see what we got. Oh, wow, a 4. That's terrible. I was, you know what? I really didn't want to submit this card. I don't know why I did. It's, again, one of those cards, you look at it from afar, but if you look at it close up, I didn't know how much they were going to take off for this red mark above the rookie shortstops, but I guess they just took off insanely for it. So I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure how they were going to grade this, so that's why I submitted it. And turns out I shouldn't have submitted it, but hey, whatever. It's some of them that you're going to submit, you're not going to be happy with. But so we got a 4 on that one. Next up is, hold on a second, guys. All right, next up is this Okay, Ralph Houck. This is his rookie card. This is a 1952 Topps Ralph Houck card. Looks like I got a 5.5 on it. That's pretty good on that. This is his rookie card. For those of you guys that are not familiar with him, he was a manager with the Yankees. He was actually the manager when the Yankees won the World Series in 61 and 62. He was sort of the backup for Yogi Berra during his playing days. And looks pretty nice. A little off center, but I'm definitely happy with a 5.5. All right, let's see what's up next. Looks like it is a Rickey Henderson rookie, 7.5. So a little bit disappointed. I was hoping for an 8 on this, but I'll take a 7.5. It's not bad. At least it's not the Molitor Trail. Getting a 4 on that. So 7.5 on Rickey Henderson. Pretty good, pretty nice. Let's take a quick look at the back. All right, next up, Willie Mays. The Say Hey Kid got a 4.5. I didn't expect too much out of this card. If you look at it closely, you see here the edges are a bit of a mess. So 4.5. To be honest, I think I graded it a 4. I'd have to look back at it, but I'll definitely take a 4.5 on that one. All right, next up is this Nolan Ryan 72 Topps card. Yeah, again, I didn't expect anything spectacular with this. I think I gave it a 4 and it got a 4. So you can see clearly it's a little rounded. Centering's okay, but the edges and corners are messy. Next up, wow. Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. Whoop. That is awesome. Here, let me move these to the side. So I got an 8 on this Mike Schmidt rookie. That is fantastic. Wow. I can't believe I got an 8 on this. That's awesome. Really, really nice centering, I guess, on this one. I don't know if I agree with it. I mean, I gave it a 7 personally, and I thought 7 was being really generous. So the fact that I got an 8, obviously, I'm not going to argue. My problem with it was the back. If you look at the back, you can see the top of this. You can see it's clearly like, you know, I guess the back you can see that the edges aren't that great. So I'm a little surprised by getting an 8 on this. But I'm not complaining by any means. So that's awesome. I got an 8 on this Mike Schmidt rookie card. And that, my friends, is the best card so far. Best grade that I've gotten so far. So I'm really excited about that. All right, next up is Dave Winfield's rookie card. As a Hall of Famer. Now, this card is way, way off center. And if you look at the back, it's even worse. So, I am pretty happy with getting a 6 on this. Because this is, I don't know. To get a 6 on, I mean, obviously they probably give it a 6 on centering, and I guess the corners and edges are pretty nice. But you know, Beckett's usually pretty tough on centering, which is why I'm a little surprised that I got a 6, but I'm definitely happy with that. All right, next up, this Ryan Sandberg rookie. He's going to be the Phillies manager this coming season. Looks like I got a 9.5 on the corners. Everything else got a 9. So pretty nice on the Ryan Sandberg. A mint 9 on Ryan Sandberg's rookie. And this is a little disappointing. Let's see, 8.5. Got a 9.5 on centering, 8.5 edges, 8.5 surface. You know what, guys, I have like 20 of these cards, maybe 25 of them. I just figured I'd submit one just to see if I got lucky. I saw gem mint of these cards going for like over $1,000. So I just figured I'd take a chance on it, and got an 8.5, whatever. Same thing here. Again, I took a chance on it just to see if I can get a gem mint 10, and clearly I failed miserably. Centering got an 8. An 8, huh? Surface 8.5, edges 9. Wow, nothing even beyond a 9 on this. And I think I have like 50 of these cards. And I submitted what I thought was the best card, and it got an 8.5. Yeah. All right. Next up, nice. Michael Waka. 9.5 Gem Mint 10. Wow. All right, so I got it. Edges was a 10. Centering 9.5, surface 9.5, corners 9. So I guess that averages out to a 9.5 Gem Mint with a 10 auto. Very nice on the Michael Waka. Let's see. Next up is this Aroldis Chapman auto. Whoops. This is numbered to 25. And let's take a look at the grades here. So centering, another sub of a 10. Gem Mint 9.5, which is awesome. I think this is like got to be my 7th or 8th card. That's a Gem Mint 9.5. Edges 9.5, corners 9.5, surface 9.5, and then you got a 10 auto. So that's brilliant. Again, 1 10 away from getting a pristine 10. But I'm definitely not complaining. So far, so good, especially on the modern cards. So really, really nice. All right, next up, this is definitely the biggest disappointment. I got a 6 on this Mickey Mantle. I wish they would give you some sort of explanation. I gave this a 7 personally, and I thought I was being very realistic. I think the centering on this is really nice. I know it's not perfect, but wow. Got a 6. I can't believe this card got a 6. I don't know if it got damaged along the way. Let's see. I don't know. That is such a bad grade that I might actually crack that out of the case and resubmit either to PSA, probably to PSA, to be honest with you. Let me know in the comments if you guys think I should resubmit this. It's a little off center on the back. I don't like that grade at all. I've never broken a card out of its case before, and who knows, maybe I'll just leave it, but that just seems really, it's weird. I mean, like the Mike Schmidt, I felt shouldn't have been that high, and this Mickey Mantle, I don't think it should be this low. I spent a little extra on this card because I thought it was in such nice condition, but what are you going to do? All right, so that got a 6. All right, next up, very nice. Yeah, that's awesome. And again, another card that was 1/2 away from getting a pristine 10. So I got a sub 10 on the edges, 3 9.5s, 9.5 10. And this kid's like 18 years old and is already the minor league player of the year for the Dodgers, which is awesome. So I really hope this guy turns out to something special. In the meantime, I have a 9.5 Gem Mint on this, which is really nice. So very, very happy with that one. Man, the modern cards are really doing well. All right, and another 9.5. Wow. Another 9.5, Austin Meadows. And again, another sub 10, 3 9.5s, 9.5, 10. It's like the same story on every single one of these cards. And honestly, I submitted these because I thought they would grade really well. So I'm really happy that they did. And from what I hear, Sterling is pretty tough. It's pretty tough to get good grades on. So I'm really, really happy with these submissions. So awesome. All right, so 9.5, 10 on the Austin Meadows. Next up is the Noah Syndergaard, which I actually had as a 9, so I agree. Looks like a 9 mint, 10 auto. Looks like surface got 8.5. No sub 10s, but I did get a 10 auto, so I'm happy about that. I know the Mets are really high on this kid. And, oh, come on. So apparently they did not agree about this Byron Buxton card. I thought it was a perfect 10. And in fact, they didn't think anything was a 10 on this card. Let's see, 9.5, surface 9. I don't know about that, guys. Surface 9. Maybe because it was made in Taiwan. Maybe that's why. All right. But it is a gem mint 9.5. Next up, very nice. Awesome. Now I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that this is a 1 of 1. This is a Canary Diamond. There's only 3 of these made, and looks like I got a 9.5 gem mint on it. Looks like I got a sub 10 on the edges and a 9 on the corners. I actually had this as a 9. I didn't think it would grade well, but I decided to submit it anyway. And you can see here it is a 1 of 3. So now I'm going to be rooting on Nick Franklin this year. I think he's going to get an opportunity with the Rays. He was the backup for Cano last year, so he wasn't going to get much playing time. So hopefully he gets some playing time, and I know the Yankees were really high on him, so we'll see what happens. All right, next up. Here's a kid with probably a bright future. Mike Trout, another 9.5. This is turning out to be a pretty nice submission. So 9.5 gem mint, 9.5 on everything except for the centering. And pleased with that one, Mike Trout. And then we got another one that looks exactly the same. I'm sure it'll grade exactly the same. Wow, it graded exactly the same. Let me take a look at this real quick. Yep, it graded exactly the same. 9.5. Wow. That's weird. Everything's exactly the same. Except one is black and one is gold. So that's pretty cool. And I think this is the last one, is this Monty Irvin. 4.5 out of 10. BVG. I believe his numbers retired with the Giants, and he's a Hall of Famer. So it looks like I got a 4.5. Not bad. So I think that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm very pleased with this. Again, let me know what you think about the Mantle. If you think I should crack it open, resubmit. I'm a little nervous about doing that if I decide to do it. Overall, I'm very, very happy. I think the Mike Schmidt was the highlight of that. Getting an 8 on that was fantastic. And then let me just show you real quick again some of the grades that I gave them originally. And I think I did pretty good, actually. I think I could work for Beckett. I think I would actually do a better job, to be honest with you. Mike Schmidt, I would have given a 7. Mantle, I would have given a 7. Ford, I would have given a 7.5. I think it got a 7. So, and then the Buxton, they gave a surface of a 9, which... but... thanks, guys, for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and feel free to leave comments, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.